Hello, everyone. It is Jamie Joe right here at Mad Lip Musings, and I'm super excited today because it's kind of a day of firsts, really, because I am interviewing my first children's book author who has come out with a beautiful, full color illustrated children's book, and it's the author's first time on a podcast. So we're just going to kind of roll with this and have fun. But I have with me, and I hope I say your name right, I have Jerah Alvarado with me. Did I say that right? Am I close enough?
That was perfect.
Okay. There, I mean, I don't think it was perfect, but it was close enough. You're so gracious. So let me tell you a little bit about Jerah. She is a member of ACFW and the Storyteller Academy. She's a mother of 3 and a former Sunday school teacher, and she's always looking for ways to keep kids engaged as they learn the Word of God. She volunteers at her daughter's school library. She loves to read to children. So welcome. I'm so happy you're here with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you and I have known each other for a while now, and we get along pretty well. I'm usually the talkative one of the two of us, I think. But tell me a little bit, first of all, why you decided to write a children's book that was fully illustrated, because that's a big undertaking.
Well, about 2 years ago, my middle child, she didn't like books, and she just started reading, recently, but I had trouble getting her to read, which was something new to me because my oldest child, she was like, she did your baby can read and all of that. And my middle child, she did not like to do that. And as my oldest, I could entertain her for hours with flashcards and stuff like that. And my middle child, like she was a toddler, and I would show her a flashcard. She'd snatch it out of my hand and throw it like across the room.
Oh.
So, at first I was like, okay, I'm not going to push literature on her. She'll grow out of it or whatever. Or, it was all fine. I'm not like, not everyone has to love books, even though I believe there's a book out there for everyone. But I was like, right. I'm not going to force it. But, when it came to the Bible, that became a challenge because I'm like, okay, I can't force books on her, but I need to sit down, and she needs to learn the Word of God. And she didn't like devotionals. She didn't like to be read to. And, at Sunday school, sometimes they'd be like, she's just running around. And so it was starting to concern me a lot, where I was like, I don't know how to bring the Bible to life for her. Like, this is very important, and I don't care if she doesn't read any other books, but she needs to learn God's Word. And so that's where this kind of came along. We like to do, always would you rather, would you rather eat a roach, would you rather eat a mouse, would you rather whatever, and silly riddle games. So that's kind of where I said, you know what, why don't I do a would you rather Bible stories and see if that piques her interest, and that's kind of where this came along.
That's so cool. I love it. And one of the things I didn't mention at the beginning was the book is a Would You Rather Bible Water Adventures, but it's also bilingual. So you have this in English and in Spanish all in the same book. There you go. There it is.
Yay! Yes, I got my copies just about a week ago. Yes, I love, Spanish was my first language. And so it was a challenge where, will I be able to write? That's always been my insecurity of, my English isn't perfect. But now being in America so long, my Spanish isn't as perfect either. So I'm like, I don't know, but, but, it's been one of those things where I just put my full into it, and God has opened doors, and now I am freelance translating picture books for my publisher, the one that's doing this book. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. That's so great, and we need more books that show. And that's one of the things I like about this book is it's not like buy the English version, by the Spanish version. It's both of them together, which is really cool because then as the children are reading their Bible stories, they can also see it in two different languages at the same time, which is so cool. I love that you did that. So tell me, okay,
too.
so
And
one of the yeah, yeah.
go ahead.
One of the pages in the book, the first page is a would you rather. So let me just read it so that the people listening get a little bit of an idea how this goes. The question is, would you rather live along a beach in a new world, like when Adam and Eve enjoyed the new land and seas that God created? And so then there's these pictures, there's a dolphin jumping in the background. The characters look a little bit like anime, which is super popular right now. How did you, yeah, there we go. We can see some of the pictures. There we go. So how did you pick which Bible stories you wanted to put in as a would you rather question?
So I decided to go with a theme, and I said, let me do. There's a lot of stories that have involved water, and so I just started picking through scenes that had water, and I wanted the beginning and the end to tie. So I was thinking, well, how can I tie that? And I said, well, in the beginning, God created the seas, and so that's kind of how I picked my beginning and my end first, and then I kind of just added Bible stories in the middle.
Okay. That's cool. I like that. So we have creation, and then we go to Noah's Ark, which I love. I would rather be on the ark with the animals if I had to choose, but on the flip side, considering the entire world was being destroyed at that moment, I'm not sure if that's a good choice.
Part of this was hard. How gory can I get with a kid's book? Because some of these stories are kind of, like that. I'm all like, do I mention they destroyed? Or even like with Moses in the Red Sea, I'm all like, oh, a lot of chariots and horses got destroyed. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't put that. I don't know.
Yeah. I think you do handle it very well, though, because, you have the story of Jonah. Would you rather ride inside I can't talk today, a whale's belly for 3 days like Jonah did? Or would you rather get dunked in a river like when Jesus was baptized by John, his grasshopper-eating cousin? So I think you did a really good job of handling pretty intense stories while at the same time introducing the little young ears to those stories as well. And I'm assuming that was kind of your intention, was to get them familiar with those Bible stories?
Yes, I was hoping, again, because she wasn't interested in any, so I was trying to show her, hey, there's fun stories there. And I did add, like, in parentheses, because I don't go deep into the story, but I do add, like, the Bible reference in case the parents or if the child's older, they can look it up.
I love that. And I won't try to read the Spanish version because I will completely do a disservice to the beautiful Spanish language. But again, at the top of the page you have the English, and at the bottom of the page you have the Spanish. So tell me a little bit about the illustrations. How did you decide what went on each page as you worked with your illustrator?
I pretty much let her have the reins. I told her this is what I want, and I did stick drawings because and this was kind of cool because I don't think she was very familiar with the Bible, so it kind of opened doors too as I worked with her. And so I just drew little stick figures, and then and then I got with her mom, and her mom is a coworker of mine. So between the both of us, we kind of we did the stick figures. She did everything else. Pretty much, she did everything. The only thing, just with some of the colors, that was pretty much the only thing I would change with her. Like, I would meet up with her, once a month, and then she would show them to me, and I'd be like, oh, let's try this color, or let's, or also like a lot of the characters, I was like, let's make them a little bit darker, and let's try to get diversity. But other than that, she did amazing. I just let her have the reins, and she did good. She didn't need me.
Yeah. She did do phenomenal. And I'll mention here too that she's also an illustrator with special needs, so she does amazing work. And one of the things that I mentioned when we got on the call before we started recording was the facial expressions on her characters just draw you into the page. I keep looking at them and I'm like, like the fisherman while Jesus is sleeping in the front of the boat, and then you've got the two fishermen. They look like they're like, we're gonna drown. We're gonna drown.
She did amazing. That's actually, I think, not my would you rather, but probably my favorite illustration, or one of them. The one of them on the boat and Jesus asleep. They look
yeah, they look absolutely terrified. And at the same time, at the front of the boat, then she has a little crab sitting on the front of the boat, and the crab kind of looks like, yeah, let's go for a joyride here.
I don't know if you noticed, but the crab is in all the pictures.
All the pictures. Yes. I just noticed as I'm scrolling through here.
So that was
was that your idea,
fun
or was
thing
that the
to
artist?
She added the crab, and that was not my idea. I don't know if it was her mom's idea or if it was hers, but I know she in the beginning drew the crab, and I think she drew it in some of the pictures, and her mom said, draw them in all. And I said, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. And then the kids could find the crab in all the pictures.
The other thing that you did here too for parents who are looking at this as a possible book for their children is you take us from water stories in the Bible that start at creation, and then you take us all the way to the very last page, which is talking about sitting by a crystal-like sea, like the one in heaven in front of God's throne. Why was it important to you to cover from creation to eternity with Christ?
You know, I think one of the biggest things was I wanted it to be meaningful. Like, yes, I wanted a would you rather story, and I wanted Bible stories, but I wanted to somehow have, like, you know, a message, something meaningful. And I love books that have like echoes from the past, so that tie the beginning and end. So I said this is a perfect way to kind of circulate the book, you know, from front to back, and it brings it together.
Awesome. I love that. Now, are you going to be writing more in a series? Like, are we going to get other Bible stories too?
Yes. I have 2 more, and the same thing. I'll start with creation, and it also ends in heaven. So I'm really excited about that. But they're going to be different. One of them's animals. And this was my middle child's idea, now that she's more into books and she loves animals, and she's like, why don't you do one about animals? And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Like, the Bible's full of animals.
That's a good one.
And that one would start.
Yes.
Yeah. That one's going to start with, you know, Adam and Eve with animals, and then it's going to end with the lion and the lamb, you know. And then I have Would You Rather Wear. Would You Rather Wear is kind of going to be accessories, anything from clothes, you know, the coat of many colors or whatever. But that one's going to start with Adam and Eve, when God made them the clothes made out of animal skin, and it's going to end with us wearing white robes, you know, also created by God. So I like tying it.
I love that. It's good. It really takes the young minds on a journey through the story of faith, where it started, and even how it broke up a little bit, a lot of it along the way, but you do it in a gentle way that takes us to the end where we have hope again. So I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so readers who are listening to this and are like, I need to get this book, which, by the way, readers, you really do. It is like, if I had little kids, I would totally be all about getting this book. And I would try to read the Spanish part, I'm just saying, because it looks so cool. But where do readers go to get this book and other future books from you?
So it's on Amazon, it's on Barnes and Nobles, it's online at Walmart, And I guess to the publisher, Mount Zion Press, also you could order there. And where else? Well, I have it on my website, but I think the website would just take you to the Amazon link. So
Awesome. Wonderful. And then do you have a newsletter or anything readers can sign up for?
yes, and that is, I am so bad, and I wrote this down. Let me see. But like, if they just go to my website, it will pop up. And I believe it is JerahAlvarado.com. I'm like, yep, JerahAlvarado.com. That's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, but it's a beautiful mouthful. So,
well, and you
Jerah,
know
it
the
was
Alvarado,
so fun.
like, cause
Yeah.
oh,
Go ahead.
I'm like Alvarado's so hard to spell. Like that's my married name, and I still have to like pause because there's so many A's in it. I'm just like making sure I'm like Alvarado. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my readers. I hope y'all find me.
No. Oh, I'm sure they will find you, and we can add links to our website too, so they can click on it and find you that way too. But this was so fun having you. I'm so glad that you're here, and congratulations on your first book winging its way into the world. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support and friendship and everything. And you know what? I told my sisters I'd have you give a shout out to them because they're huge fans of you. Nati and
Ooh,
Veronica.
absolutely.
I don't know.
Kati and Veronica?
Nati? Not like Nati, like
Nati.
Natalia.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Okay.
Nati. That came out
Natalie.
really good.
Kati. Good, good. Well, shout out to your sisters. Thank you so much for reading my books. That's awesome. But you better go read your sister's book now, too, because she's just as cool. So, there you go.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
All right. Thank you.